So I have an anvil. This funny shaped piece of metal plate that it's sitting on. I don't know what it's from, but I got it out of the offcut bin at the 100kg Steel. And I'm thinking I'm just not even going to cut that square. I'm just going to leave it as it is, because I can probably use these things here that even cut a hole in it to hang things off. Catch shit that falls off the top of the anvil that you can vacuum up out of that. I might put a little lip, maybe a 25mm lip out of 3mm plate, just run around the outside and just spot weld it on there, just like as a little catcher. Or I can put things in there and they won't fall off, like a little tray that it sits on. But then I'm going to screw this plate here straight to the top of this tray. You get 4 bits of angle iron. 4 bits of angle iron across it there, one there and one there, just with a bolt hole through straight into the tree. Maybe with a 100mm coach bolt, at least 100mm, maybe 150mm coach bolt. Pull it straight down into the middle of the tree, and then have another one angle iron there, another one there. So four bolts going into the top of this, pulling the anvil down onto that plate, and that plate onto the tree. Man, it's going to be pretty solid. I'll weight that thing. That weighs 40 kilos. That's pretty flat too. That's 100 kilos. And the other plate underneath it is probably at least 5, so maybe 150 kilos all up, possibly. Well, once again, I've come up with a pretty unique concept here for a stand for my anvil. I bought this scrap bit of metal. It's a cutout from the offcut bin at the 100kg Steel. I don't know what it was a cutout from, but I was going to cut it up into pieces, but then I thought, no, just use it as it is and then run a piece of rod around it. And I can hang things off it, like hammers or maybe tongs, and yeah, it's fairly solidly screwed in there. But at the moment I can't lift that bloody thing. It's 100 kilos, so I have to wait for the boys to turn up. Then we're going to put this up here tomorrow. The other thing is that what I've done is I've put some just rubber floor matting, I think it is, from Clark Rubber. I'm going to slap this on the side here with contact cement. I've already contact cement underneath here with the same sort of stuff, same but different. Straight away, as soon as I stuck that on, it didn't ring. It didn't ring at all. After that, it's just a dull thud. Well, a little bit of a ring, but man, when I first hit it, yeah, it's got a bit of a ring still, I suppose. But that's a hell of a lot less than what it was. So I'll put a bit more of that rubber on and soften it down a bit. And I'm going to clamp from these 2 holes here through here and have an angle iron across here and screw down and clamp it down, and underneath that clamp I'll probably put a piece of rubber so that it clamps down with this stuff. So hopefully that'll take even more ring out of it, make it a bit more quieter, maybe. Yep, well, I had to get it off again so that I can try and work out how to put these wheels on it that I found out the back there. How's this? This is the hitch. And I managed to suspend that anvil up there with it and get it off there pretty easily, actually. So there's my wheels. making it so I can tilt them back and forward with a lever on here to lift the anvil off the ground, and the pedestal. Yeah, seems to be coming together, but I just ran out of gas. I gotta get more gas. Well, it looks like it works. This so I'm gonna put a U shape on there, which you can clip under and pull up, and it'll flick up and actually catch on the front of the log. I'll make it just long enough so that it flicks up and locks onto the log. Yeah, it should be all right. Should work all right. Or maybe I can make a little catch up there to hold it up there, just in case it falls off. But I reckon it's going to work pretty good. Almost finished. Got it on the platform, and I've got a mechanism here for raising like this, and that should lock up against the tree if I just have it a little bit shorter there. Ba-bump. Very, very good, I think. Wow. Takes a fair bit of friggin' twisting force on that axle there to lift it off the ground, but I think it's working. I'm just about to release it off the what do you call this thing? Hitchmaster. So this Hitchmaster setup, it did struggle, I must admit. Or I struggled to pull it up with just the 4, but I managed to get it up there and hold it. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, this looks good. Yes. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Fuck yeah. That bends so easily, I can't believe it. Alrighty. So, I'm going to quench that. Make it a bit unbendable. Now, let's see if this works or not. Yeah, that works a bit better. Yeah. Well, it's almost finished. A bit of grinding and buffing to do. But here we go, here's a lifting mechanism. Locked in, raised off. And we have this bar that I bent at the end just to lift it. Like this.